Here we are, everyone, with our last assignment of the second quarter. What you're looking at is actually from the formula sheet in the Keystone exam. You can see the slope formula. Looks familiar. Y equals mx plus b, the slope-intercept form. We've seen equations in this form. This is called standard form. If you picture a, b, and c as numbers, we've seen those. In fact, we had in a couple of assignments, we had to change equations from standard form into slope-intercept form. Remember, we had to subtract the x term on both sides, then divide by the coefficient of y. This is the one we haven't seen yet. So our assignment today is going to be writing equations in point-slope form. So think about it. In slope-intercept form, we had to replace m in b. Well, in point-slope form, we're going to replace m in the y1 and the x1. So it's just going to be replacement. So here's what it looks like. And you will not have to memorize, again, you can see it was on the formula sheet, you will not have to memorize that formula. So we're writing equations in point-slope form. So the directions read, write the slope, well, that shouldn't say slope-intercept form. That should say the point-slope form through the given point with the given slope. I'll fix that. That should read the point, these are the notes. There we go. Point-slope form. So basically, I got a little star here. You're just going to replace x1, y1, and m. All right, so here's what it is. We have m, we have x, we have y. That's actually x1, y1. Then we go up here to our formula, replace what we're going to replace. We're going to go y minus, where'd the minus come from? Came from the formula. y1 is the 7. Equals, well, instead of m, I was given the slope, so I'll put the 4 there. The formula reads x minus, x is 1. So all I really did was replace y1, m, and x1. That's it. So not much more to talk about. I'll do another one. Then I want you to try this one. And then there's something else we still have to add to this assignment. So it starts off with y minus, and you can label these if you want, x1, y1, m. There's an equal sign there. So y minus negative 4. Now I'm going to show you something. You can write y minus negative 4. Keep track of your symbols, but minus negative is the same as plus positive. Okay, that can be a little bit iffy in this topic, but slope goes here, x minus, and that's a positive 5. Okay, so I know it might look backwards where 5 is positive, but we have a subtraction in front of it. Again, that's because of the formula up here. But if you have a negative number you're substituting, it's going to look like we're adding it. Again, if you wanted to, you could have written y minus negative 4 there. But my philosophy is I always use the fewer symbols. So you try this one, then we'll get to the second half of the assignment, which only adds one step. Okay, well, maybe you paused it and tried it on your own. If not, well, you're going to see me do it anyway. So I'll label x1, y1, there's m, y minus, y is 3, equals, slope is 1/2, x minus, now again, x is negative. If you want to write x minus, then put a negative 5, you can, but I'm going to just do what I did on the one above and write it as a positive. That's writing equations in point-slope form when you're given a point in the slope. Well, that makes sense. The difference down here is you're not given the slope. Well, guess what you'll have to do? Yeah, I wrote our 2 steps here. Find slope first. So we've seen that quite a bit this year. x2, y2, so I label, and the formula I can write here, y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. That's just the slope formula that I showed you on the formula sheet. So negative 2 goes here, negative 3 goes there, and the denominator x2 minus x1. The numerator is going to be a 1. Be careful with your negatives. Denominator's 2. So slope is 1/2. No big deal if it's a fraction because all we do is substitute. In fact, speaking of that, that's our next step. So here's the difference now. You have 2 different points you can use. I'm going to write both answers. You don't have to. One of them will be fine. So first I'll use the first point. So it's going to read y minus. My y number here is -3, so I'll change this to +3. M is 1/2, parentheses, x minus 2. That's one answer, okay? Or you could use the second point. And it would read y minus, y is negative, so I'll make that plus. Oh wait, we can't see that. There it is. Y plus 2, 1/2 is still the slope. X minus, again the formula says minus, +4. These are the same answers. Okay, I'm going to write equivalent because in math that means they look different but they're the same. And I will prove that another time, but if I did the distributive property and rearranged this into slope-intercept form, they would both shake out the same. You just have to trust me on that. Either answer will be fine. So again, you can pause the video and try this other example. We'll go through one more, and that will be it. So xy, xy, put my 1's there, 2's there, slope, 5 minus 3 in the numerator, see y numbers, -2 minus 4 in the denominator. That's 2 over -6. I'll just simplify that to -1/3. And again, I'll write both answers. So I'll first do the first point. Y minus 3 equals, our slope's -1/3, parentheses, x minus 4. So if they're both positive numbers, it'll just look like subtraction of positive numbers. Now if I use the second point, y minus, y is 5. Slope doesn't change. X minus, again, since it's -2, I'm just going to write +2. So either answer is fine. That's essentially what we need to do. And here is the assignment. Now it looks a little bit long, but it will go quickly. Try to get it done before the end of the grading period. Now the top is just you writing the equation. You're given a point, you're given a slope. You will quickly go through those. And there are some where you have to do what I just did, find slope, and then pick either point. Let me know if you have any questions.